Hi everybody, welcome to your 5-day sneak peek, day one. I'm super excited for all of you to get started and see what this coaching thing is all about. What I want to do today is talk to you a little bit about some of the things that you need to know about Beachbody coaching. Some things that may help you figure out, is this for me or isn't it? Me personally, I saw the business opportunity. I was presented with the opportunity a few times a few years ago and different times throughout the course of the past, I would say 4 or 5 years. And for a variety of reasons, it just wasn't the right timing for me. But after I had my son Connor, I decided that, it was the right time and it was something I wanted to pursue. So I just wanted to give you some snippets of information that kind of explain to you a little bit more about what this coaching thing is to see if it's something that you want to pursue any further. The first is that it's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's not something where, you're going to be making $1 million overnight. You're going to be making tons and tons of money right away because health and fitness is really personal. So, think about your own journey. It took you a while maybe to figure out, what it is you wanted to do, what kind of nutrition plan you wanted to follow. Were you joining a gym? Are you doing Beachbody programs? Do you want to invest in the Shakeology? So it's a really personal thing. And, this business is all about building relationships. People need to trust you. So you can't just go down your friends list and just start messaging everybody you know saying you need to buy these products, they work great. You may want to because you know that these products are awesome and you know the benefits of Shakeology, and maybe you've lost 20 pounds doing the 21-day fix, so you're so passionate about it, but not everybody else is at that point. So you want to build those relationships and build that trust. Now, not saying that you can't make money right off the bat. I know for me personally, my first month as a coach, I made a couple $100, and the first couple months I was making a couple $100. So I was making money right away. I was getting the discount on my shakes. I was paying off the shakes that I was buying, and I was making some extra money. For me personally, and I'll talk about this a little later in the training, but I joined as a coach initially just to cover a car payment because we needed a new car and I didn't want to have to dip into what we were putting aside in savings. And then I saw all of the potential, the true potential of this business and how, anybody, since it's not a pyramid scheme, anybody can make as much money as they want if they put the effort into it. And I was all in. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. The second is that you have to treat this like a business. So it's going to take some time. You can't just decide that you're going to put an hour here, and then maybe next month put an hour or two in. It has to be consistent. It's kind of like losing weight and getting into shape. You're not going to see changes overnight. You're not going to lose those 25 pounds overnight. It's the day-to-day activity of eating healthy and getting the exercise in, and then that compound effect over time. After a few weeks or a few months, you start to see some amazing changes. Well, that's how this business works too. So, we'll go through that with you, and we'll show you the vital behaviors of what you need to do, and we'll help you through that. But it's making sure that you're doing them day after day after day. You also have to lead by example, and I think this is huge. As a company, we have three vital behaviors. The first is be a product of the product. So you need to be drinking your Shakeology every day and proving and showing how well it works. You need to be doing a fitness program. Not to say that, if you're doing stuff at a gym or you're doing stuff, in addition, that you have to be always 100% doing one of these programs. So if you're drinking the shakes and you're doing CrossFit or you're training for a half marathon, whatever the case may be, that's fine. But you want to be showing that you're drinking the shakes, you're doing a fitness program, and, you're eating healthy. So you're showing your nutrition. So you're showing that instead of going to fast food every day for lunch, you're having a salad, or you're, instead of having a cookie as a snack, you're having your Greek yogurt. Whatever the case may be, you want to make sure, that you're showing that. The second vital behavior is that you build relationships every day. And I think this is the step that a lot of coaches don't do, maybe because it takes the most time, but you need to be reaching out to people, and not just reaching out to sell products or to sell shakes, but, you see them post something and you start questioning, you start making comments, like, that looks really cool. What is it? I saw that you just moved into a new house. That's so awesome. Where is it? Did you build it? Did you buy it? Whatever the case may be, those are just examples. But you want to be interested in other people's lives. You want to start building those relationships. And the third is personal development. So as a company, they encourage you to spend, 30 minutes a day on personal development, whether you're reading something or listening to something or watching a video. And it just helps get you in that right mindset. And since I joined the company and I started doing that every day, I've been seeing that spill over into the rest of the other aspects of my life. So my full-time job as a sales and marketing director, into my personal life with my family and my friends. It just gets you in a really good state of mind. So it's just definitely one of the vital behaviors, definitely something that keeps you going when things get a little tough. You also have to be independent. Okay, honey, I'll be right there. Home with my daughter. So you also have to be independent. So you're going to have a team around you, and we're going to support you, and we're going to be sharing all of our trainings and all of our resources. And I have an amazing upline who's super involved and doing some amazing things. But you also have to treat this. I mean, you're basically the CEO of your own company. So you get to call the shots when you work, how often you work. Do I want to go on vacation? Am I going to work in the morning? Am I going to work in the afternoon? How does that fit into my schedule? One of the things that I like about Beachbody, for me personally, is I don't have to do home shows. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with those types of product lines where you get to go and do shows. I mean, I've hosted jewelry parties and bag parties and whatever because I like to have my friends over and have some wine and hang out. But for me personally, with 2 small kids, it's not something I wanted to do. So I love the fact that I can literally wake up and work in my pajamas, which I do a lot, and, get my job done, which to me is perfect. It fits into my busy schedule of 2 kids and a full-time job, my husband who works an hour away. I have lots of plans on the weekends with my friends and with my kids' friends. So, there's always stuff going on. So I like that I can really, it's 10 o'clock at night and I'm up, so I'm going to do some training videos. It's totally up to me. The other thing is just to be real. So be you. You don't want to be online just constantly pushing products. So for me, I post how I fit nutrition and fitness into my busy schedule. I've got 2 small kids. My kids typically, except for recently, are up at like 6:30, 7 o'clock every single morning. So I have to get up at 5 a.m. to do my workouts, or I can do the occasional workout in the afternoon if I'm working from home that day. But, between nap schedules and not nap schedules, depending on the day, my day is pretty packed. So I show how I fit in the workouts. I show how I fit in the nutrition. A lot of my clean eating plans are focused around things that my daughter will eat. So I include that. That's how I promote my business, because that's how it fits into my lifestyle. And so I always tell my new coaches, just be who you are. I have a coach who's getting married, and so she's focusing her efforts on helping brides-to-be get ready for their wedding day. That's where she's at, and that's her. So you just want to keep it real, and you want to be authentic. The other piece of it is that you need to have a why, and, this is so critical. You need, outside of wanting to help people, why are you doing this business? So is it because you want some financial freedom? Is it because you want to be able to be a stay-at-home mom and not have to go back to the 9 to 5? Is it because you want to be able to go on great vacations and you don't want to have to dip into your savings? Do you want to buy a vacation home? Like, what is that reason? For me, again, I said I started as wanting to cover a car payment, and I told my upline coach, I was like, I just need to make a couple $100 a month. I just want to cover a car payment. And that was it. And then as I started to see the opportunity, I was like, oh my gosh, I could do this. I love health and fitness. I was a group fitness instructor for many years. I was a boot camp instructor for many years. In fact, I was a boot camp instructor up until a few months ago when it just became too much, because I loved it, but I could never earn a full-time income from it. And then with my kids, a lot of the classes were at night or early morning, and my husband has to leave for work at 10 of 7 in the morning. He doesn't get home till 6:30 at night, and so I'd have to pay a babysitter, and it didn't work. And so I was like, oh my gosh, I could combine my love of health and fitness by working from home, and I could make more doing that than I am in my full-time job. So how awesome would that be? And then I could also have my husband not have to be commuting over an hour each way, because he could afford to take a lesser paying job, or maybe even retire fully really, really early just by doing Beachbody. So that's my why, and that's why I'm doing it. And if you're someone who wants something more out of life, so, kind of at the end of the day, if you're someone who doesn't want to do the 9 to 5, you don't like getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning to go into work, and you don't like the stress of doing what it is you're doing, and you want to be helping other people, and you want to be surrounded by people who are just super positive, this is such a great opportunity for you. I can't begin to tell you the number of people that I've met just through this business, and I've been doing it only for about a little less than a year. I'll be coming up my 1 year soon, but it's just like this incredible group of people, from the CEO, Carl Deichler, all the way down. I mean, the energy and the atmosphere and the resources and the support that you get are just absolutely amazing. So if you're looking for a good company to fit into and to provide you with just some amazing opportunities and to just give you a sense of positivity and encouragement, this is it. And it's just one of the most fulfilling things that I've ever done. I have people who are messaging me saying, like, I lost 20 pounds. I didn't think I got into my pre-pregnancy weight. I'm in clothes that I couldn't even fit into before I got pregnant. I'm signing up for a 5K because you got me back into fitness. It's amazing. I had a challenger who just started the 21-day fix last week, and she messaged me. She's like, I just lost 5 pounds in 3 days. Like, I am over the moon. And it's just so rewarding because you're helping them along that journey. You don't have to be a fitness instructor. You don't have to be a nutritionalist. You really just have to be a motivator. You're holding people accountable. You're keeping them going. You're keeping them motivated, and you're leading by example. And you're sharing your story. And that can sometimes be hard. It was hard for me at first. It still sometimes is. I joke when I'm doing my new coach training, like, I hate taking selfies. I've had to learn to overcome that, and I do. But it's not something that I love to do. But it's all about just sharing your story and being real and being relatable. So those are just some of the basics that you need to know. I apologize if I flew through it. I'm trying to keep my daughter entertained right now while I'm doing this, and she's really wanting my attention because I was at work this morning. But I'm super excited to get started with you guys. If you have any questions after watching this, or any questions that pop up as we're going through these next couple days, please feel free to ask me. Use this group as your forum to ask as many questions as you can. I really want it to be interactive, so whatever questions come to mind, just post them, or if you don't feel comfortable doing that, you can message me privately. But I'm super excited to have you, and I can't wait to see where these next couple days go.